Imagine this. You're sitting in your car, tuning into a familiar voice that's been part of your morning routine for decades. Suddenly, that voice breaks the silence with news that shakes the very foundation of what you thought was a constant. That's exactly what happened in Las Vegas when Alan Stock, a broadcasting legend, delivered the bombshell that News Talk 840 KXNT would shut down after nearly 40 years. Now let me tell you why this feels like the end of an era, and why it might just be the beginning of something else entirely. You know how sometimes you hear about a company evolving, and you think, oh, here we go again with buzzword nonsense. But in this case, the closure of KXNT isn't just about a business decision. It's a mirror held up to the entire radio industry. Let me break this down. The station's parent company, Odyssey, couldn't find a way to keep the AM signal alive financially or technically. That's not just a business problem. It's a symptom of a larger crisis. Think about it. AM radio has been fighting for relevance since the internet came along. What makes this really interesting is how KXNT's shutdown reflects a broader trend. Traditional media is being forced to either adapt or disappear. And let's be honest, most aren't adapting fast enough. Now, Alan Stock's reaction? He's not just a host, he's a lifeline for Las Vegas. This man covered 9/11 for 10 hours straight, surviving on bathroom breaks and sheer determination. To hear him say, "It knocked the crap out of me," is to hear the voice of someone who's poured their soul into a medium that's now being left behind. But here's the twist. Stock isn't going anywhere. His show moves to FM, which feels like a small victory. Yet, it also raises a deeper question. What does it mean for a station that was once the heartbeat of Vegas to now be a footnote in a different frequency? It's like moving your favorite restaurant to a new location and hoping the same crowd follows. Will they? Or will this be the final nail in the coffin for local AM radio? Let's talk about the bigger picture. KXNT wasn't just a radio station. It was a cultural touchstone. Shows like Rush Limbaugh's were national phenomena, but their presence in Vegas meant something specific. When those voices leave, they take with them a piece of the city's identity. What many people don't realize is that this isn't just about politics. It's about community. Radio stations like KXNT weren't just playing voices. They were building relationships. They were the ones you called during emergencies, the ones who knew your name, and the ones who made you feel connected to a city that's always moving at 100 miles per hour. Now, with the shift to FM and the loss of local programming, that connection is fraying. And here's the thing that really gets me. This isn't just a local story. It's a microcosm of what's happening everywhere. Odyssey, the parent company, is part of a wave of media conglomerates that are struggling to find a place in a world dominated by streaming and social media. What this really suggests is that the future of media isn't just about technology. It's about trust. People aren't just looking for content anymore. They're looking for someone they can rely on. But how do you build that trust when your platform is constantly changing? When your voice is no longer on the same frequency that defined your community? So what's next? I don't know. But one thing is clear. The closure of KXNT isn't just the end of a station. It's a wake-up call. For radio, for media, for anyone who still believes in the power of a voice coming through the airwaves. Because if we lose these voices, we lose more than just a signal. We lose a part of ourselves. And that's a loss no antenna can ever pick up again.